An overlocker is a great way to neaten your seams and also to stop them from fraying. It can also be used in very decorative ways. For example, I've actually used roll hem here and used the roll hem and made it into a pin tuck. I've also used it to insert a piece of lace using roll hem as well. And I've also used a different colour thread and actually done it as a decorative edge around the top of here. Roll hem is also great on the edge of a scarf or a wrap. If we were going to use woven fabric to overlock, we would not need to adjust our differential feed from 1.0. Our stitch length should be on 3 and our width should be on 5. Now I do have my blade as a cutting, so I am going to trim the edge of the fabric off as it overlocks. That's what an overlocker is designed to do. Close your door, place your fabric underneath the foot and lower the fabric. Place your trim tray back onto the machine so that all your excess cut-off is caught into the tray. Place your foot on the foot control. When you get to the end of the seam, if you just run your excess stitching runoff under the blade, it will actually cut the thread for you. We still have the machine set on 4-thread overlock, but this time rather than using a woven fabric, I'm actually using a stretch fabric. You can see it's quite stretchy. So what I would need to do is change the differential feed to pull the fabric in so that the fabric is not stretched as it's overlocked. So on the side of the machine, I would need to change the differential feed to 1.05. I'm going to place the fabric underneath the foot and I'm going to lower the foot. Come back around and just trim your thread off using the blade. And as you can see, if we hadn't have changed the differential feed, it would have actually stretched the fabric out. But in this sense, it's actually kept the fabric in proportion to the stretch of the fabric. Now I'm going to show you how to set the machine up to do roll hem. We're actually going to roll hem the edge of this fabric. We will need to change all the threads to some threads that match the fabric, but rather than re-thread the overlocker, we'll just trim the threads down here and tie it on. Place your new thread on the spool holder and tie the thread to the white thread that the machine is already threaded with. Remove your trim catcher, open up your trapdoor. All we need to do is make sure that none of the threads get caught in the tension here. So I can actually pull each thread. The other thing that we need to do is remove the left-hand needle from the machine. Taking the Allen key that came with the machine, you need to hold the needle with your fingers and undo the screw, turning it to the left. Remove the needle, making sure that you do the screw back up tightly so that it doesn't vibrate out of the machine while you're using it. Because of the type of fabric that we're using here, what I need to do is disengage the blade so that it doesn't cut the edge of the fabric, and that will actually allow a little bit of my fabric to roll into the roll hem, giving me a better result. To do that, I would need to remove my blade at the side here. Grab hold of the grey lever, pull it out and lower the blade until it clicks into place. The stitch finger is placed here and you remove it out of the machine like so. It also has a storage place here so that you don't lose it. Now you can close the trapdoor. I also need to change some of the settings on the machine, like the stitch length, for example. On the side here, I need to change it to R for roll hem. The width here is already on R, see on the side there. And the differential feed, I would probably put on 1.0. And you can see that I'm actually feeding the fabric a little bit further over, so some of it rolls into the roll hem. Use the scissors to trim it off. As you can see, we now have a nice roll hem on the edge of the fabric.